Hello everybody, it is me, DTM Gamer 101, and welcome back to another video. You guys are probably wondering why there's a Nintendo 64 in front of me. Well, that's because I'm doing a follow-up to my console video, because it's the most popular video on my channel right now. It has like 72, 73 views, which is incredible. And as you can see, here's my GameCube, PlayStation 1, and Sega Genesis from the console video. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about my N64 games. I'm going to be showing you all of them, telling you interesting facts about them, like what year they came out and stuff. So, let's go see the first game. Up first we have a classic. It was a launch title for the Nintendo 64. It is the one and only Super Mario 64. This game came out in 1996 and it sold 11 million copies, which makes it the best-selling game on the Nintendo 64, so that's cool. You accomplished a lot, my friend. And now I'll tell you some interesting facts about it with some gameplay footage. So this is the gameplay footage. I don't have an actual recorder for my Nintendo 64, so I'm just kind of holding the camera front of the screen, so I have to control this with one hand, so bear with me because I'm gonna be running around like an idiot because and I can't really jump that well. But okay, enough of that, on to the first interesting fact. So in one of these trees there's a 1-up hidden, and if you jump off it'll appear. I guess that's an interesting fact on its own, but if you do this like that, the 1-up will just hover around you, which I think is kind of cool. So since I can't really jump with one hand, I'll show you what it looks like when I've done it. So this is what it looks like, which I think is kind of funny. So while you're seeing this, I'm going to tell you one other interesting fact. So you know the door over by Princess Peach's castle, there's like a dark room over there that's called like the dark room, we'll just call it. Yeah, people can go to it. If you glitch through the wall and stuff, you could go to it, which is awesome. I've never been able to accomplish it, but yeah. This is so funny looking. Yeah. After doing this, Mario, I think you deserve a 1-up. So, on to the next game. The second game I'm going to show you came out the same year as Super Mario 64. It reminds me of Star Wars. It is Star Fox 64. This game is about animals who fly ships called X-Wings to go stop the evil Andross from taking over the world. I think it's really cool. I'm not going to show you any gameplay footage because it's very hard for me to just pull up and stuff. But yeah, this is Star Fox 64. An interesting fact about it, it's kind of frustrating to me, but I don't know how to save the game. I'm not sure if that's an interesting fact, but yeah. One real interesting fact is, if you play it if you defeat Andross with an easy mode, he doesn't do his second phase. But if you do it on hard mode, he has 2 phases where, well, the first phase he's like a gorilla with hands. The second phase he's like a brain with eyeballs. But also, if you do it on hard mode, you'll save Fox's father, which I forget his name, and he's lost him, and that's how you find him, which is really cool. Alright, that's Star Fox 64 by Nintendo, and that's actually a boss. No, it's a machine from the game. There's, oh my gosh, no way. I can't believe I'm recording this, but I just noticed that X-Wing. I just noticed. Or is it called an R-Wing? I'm not sure. Okay, on to the next game, since I've said enough about this one. On to the next game. So, this next game is the only game that I own from WarioWare. It's so hard to say their names, a tongue twister. But yeah, it's the only one I own from them. It is Banjo-Kazooie, about a bird. Wait, what? What? About a bear with a bird in his backpack. with that fellow, I don't even know who that is, and Gruntillo the Witch, which you can only see, like, part of her hat right there. It's like right there, and a skeleton on top of it, just chilling up there. Enough about the cartridge design thing. I do like cartridges, though. This came out in 1998, and some fun facts about it are, with the controller I have, it's pretty confusing to control. I don't know why, just weird control. What's an interesting fact? Oh yeah, every time I quit the game, it shows the end scene where Gruntillo wins, and it makes me kind of depressed, which I do not like. Oh yeah, a real fun fact is, that this game was originally called Dream. It was for the Super Nintendo, the console before this, and that failed because of hardware limitations, so it became Banjo-Kazooie. That's not really in-depth, but if you want to see a full in-depth review, which is really interesting, I've seen one, look it up. Beta 64 has a pretty good one. I'm not shouting him out, well, I kind of am, but yeah. He has a pretty good in-depth review on it, so if you want to see an in-depth review on what I just said, go see him. He has a video. So, yeah. Enough about this one. Well, not... Yes, it's enough. It's enough. I was about to say it's not enough, but I said what I can. On to the last game, which I know all of you will know. So, this last game I have, people say that it's the most successful game of all time. It is the one, the only, The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Oh yeah, I have this, and it is one of my favorite games of all time. It's my second favorite Zelda game, right under Breath of the Wild, which I actually think Breath of the Wild is better, which is kind of ridiculous, even though Breath of the Wild is a really good game. But enough about Breath of the Wild. Ocarina of Time. So, this game came out in 1998, like Banjo-Kazooie. And, yeah, it was very, very well received. It might not have sold as well as Super Mario 64, but man, oh man. So, the story in this game is Link, a young boy, has to go stop Ganondorf, and he has to pull the Master Sword, but when he does, he becomes an adult, a lot taller, and then he goes to save the 7 sages. He battles Ganon, and Ganondorf turns into Ganondorf, and Ganondorf tries to get him, but Link goes, yeah, and then he saves the world once again, is turned back into a child, because he's childish. Okay. Yeah, this was the first 3D Zelda game, which is cool. And, what's a nice little fun fact? This is more like an Easter egg, but if you've played the game, you might know this. Right in the beginning of the game, when you walk out of Link's treehouse in Kokiri Forest, if you look at, like, somewhere near the trunk of the tree, you'll find a picture of, like, this dinosaur thing that Link's battling. And people say it's Godzilla. Well, I think it's Ganon. Because, yeah, it's a Zelda game. And there are actually R-Wings, maybe... yeah, R-Wings. I think I called them X-Wings in Star Fox 64. But they're R-Wings. They're actually in the game's code. Which is... wow. Wow, Nintendo. R-Wings are in the code for The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Yeah. That was my last N64 games. That was my last N64 games I have to show you guys. So, yeah. On to the outro. Okie dokie. That was my only 4 Nintendo 64 games. I hope you enjoyed seeing them. I hope you learned a thing or two while watching this video, because I did some pretty good fun facts and some really terrible fun facts. But yeah, I think my favorite was the one about Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah. Oh yeah. And one more thing, I keep saying yeah, but yeah. like the video if you want me to do a sequel to this, my PlayStation 1 games. I have more PlayStation 1 games, by the way, so if you want to see that, like the video. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, because I want to get more subscribers, because subscribers are good. So yeah, subscribe, like, all that good stuff. I know I sound like a big name YouTuber, but yeah. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!